My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to create a Halloween themed look. It's going to be green and purple and dark and sparkly, and I'm going to use some new products that I have. Some that I bought, some that I got from the Ipsy convention. What else do I have down here? Oh, and a sample that I got when I bought the new products. And then I'll use just some old products to fill in whatever gaps are missing. I'm going to start with my Bad Habit Pretty Poison palette, and I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer with Ensnared, which is a muted purple pink kind of color. That's not new, but what is new is this brush here. I got it at, I want to call it Generation Beauty, but it's not. What is it called now? Ipsy Live. And this is from #INM. So I don't know what that brand is. Wow, this doesn't work at all. Anyway, that's what it says on there. Never heard of the brand before, but we're gonna try it out now. And this is what the bristles look like. So it kind of reminds me of my dollar store brush. I think this type of brush might be called a C brush. Not really sure. Okay, it feels interesting. I feel like it's a little stiffer and a little squarer, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do. It has picked up the product and put it where I want it to go. And the best thing to do is I tried this with an old eyeshadow, one that I know how it works, so that way I can really focus on how the brush works. Next, I'm going in with my fluffy brush from Wish, and I'm going into Nightshade, which is a muted purple color. That's going to be my transition. Again, this part isn't new, but what I picked out that is new is this color. So I'm talking about the Kaja. I probably just butchered that, but this is their Moon Crystal Liquid Eyeshadow Pigment. Sparkling Eye Pigment, it says. And it's in the shade Magic 07, and it is a purpley plum color, so like a muted purple with a green duochrome. I think it looks very witchy and Halloween-y, and I've mentioned it before, I just never ended up getting it, so now I finally bought it. Because what better time than by Halloween? Now I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. I'm going to continue with Nightshade, just making sure the shadow goes where I want it to go. But I think you can see what I'm doing is I'm taking purple for my transition, and then I'm going to work a dark black-green color into my crease to go with the Statement lid shade that I have here. And the other main new product is something else I talked about, the Ciate Marbled Metal Cream Eyeshadow in Twisted, and that's a dark, glittery green-black shade. So again, like a witchy kind of theme. And again, I hadn't bought that yet, and now I finally did. Just in time for Halloween. Even though I'm not going to be wearing any of this on Halloween, I'm going to be wearing my Rock Lee costume, but you can definitely wear this on Halloween if you want to. You can wear it with a witch costume, you could wear it during the rest of October, or you could just wear it whenever. So next I'm going into the Maybelline City Mini palette in Urban Jungle. I'm going to be using this dark green here. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to put that in as my crease shade. There we go. I think I'm going to darken it up just a little bit more with my IBY crease brush. Same color, just a little darker and a little deeper in. Okay, now to try the Ciate London Marbled Metals. Oh, look at this. So this is what I was talking about, where like it looks moldy, but it's not. That's basically what it looks like. It looks like black, but with green glitters in it, and then those little white spots. So what that does is it gives it like a multi-dimensional look, So let me swatch that for you. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness, I love it. So, and you'll see what it did in here. Now that it's start to swirl it around, it looks more green. So I'm hoping this will wear well on my hooded eyes. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this on the outer third of my eyelid. That is beautiful. Just trying to make sure I get up into the crease and make a nice little shape on the outside. And then I guess I'll take a clean finger and just try to blend it a little bit so that way it'll blend more easily with the other color when I put it on. Wow, I really like that. I hope it holds up well because so far I'm very glad I bought it. Okay, well that got carried in too far. Got a little carried away. Well, now I'll have to do it to the other side just to make sure everything's even. Give it all a fair shot. Now for this Kaja pigment, let me see. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hand so you can see what it does. There you go. So I'm putting a little on my finger and I'm going on my inner 2/3. That's the plan anyway. I can tell you one thing, it's more green than I thought it would be, which is okay. You know me, I like purple better than green. I was actually afraid you weren't going to be able to see the... Sorry, I can't do both at the same time. The green duochrome enough, but it's mostly green. At least on me and in this lighting. But that's okay, we're trying it out. Once again, I hope this holds up on my hooded eyes. And I will keep in mind that wherever these two overlapped, that might increase the chances of it creasing. And that has nothing to do with the shadow. It's just there might be too much product in one place. The two may not get along together. But let's see what they look like later on. Wow. Yeah, I do wish it had more purple in it, but I do still think it's pretty. There, just so you can see that a little better. Now, originally, I was going to put powder eyeshadow on my lower lash line. I was going to find something in my collection that matched, but now I think I'm going to try putting the cream shadows underneath. I'm going to use this tiny brush from Wish. It looks like that. I have one very similar to it that I usually use, my BH Cosmetics brush with A5 on it, but this one's bigger and fluffier. For the creams, I think I'm going to use this so it doesn't get out of control. It probably will anyway. So I'm going to go into the Ciate one first, pick a little bit of that up, and just kind of see what I can do with it. So as usual, I'm mimicking what I'm doing on the lid on the lower lash line. So this is going on the outer third of the lower lash line. And you know what, I'm just going to stick a little bit here because it looks like I missed a spot. I feel like maybe I could have used the other brush and used more product, but that's okay. We'll start with this. That is super duper pretty. I will now have to consider getting other colors. But this wasn't cheap. This was $24, so I'll have to really think about that if I find something unique enough for my collection. And then I'm going to squeeze a little bit out of here, pick it up on my brush, and then go on the inner 2/3 with it. Please ignore the kids playing outside. I'm a little sloppy, so let's see. Okay, that's not too bad. Cream products are not usually my thing, but it also depends on like where I put them. This is why I usually don't put them there. Also because I make a mess and get it in my eye, and that's not a happy time. You guys already see me do enough damage with powder eyeshadow. Okay, see, that is way too much. It looks like as long as you get it when it's still wet, then you're okay to move it around. But wow, I like that. Definitely darker than what I usually do, but I like it. It's cool. Speaking of things I don't usually do, I'm going to put some black eyeliner on my waterline. This is something new. I'm going to use the Lorac Front of the Line Pro Black Eye Pencil. Okay. This is something that I got from the Ipsy convention, and looks like that. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so as you saw, I needed to move it around a little bit to get it started. But once I did that, it's pretty okay. But I'm also not the best judge of black eyeliner because I rarely use it. I don't really like it. I'm just testing it out, and I think it goes with this look. But you could definitely do without it. More likely I would. Wow, look at me. Who am I? For my brow bone highlight, I'm not using anything new, but I'm going to try the new brush again. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Alchemist Holographic palette, and what am I gonna do? I think I'll use a combination, this may be a mistake, but I'm gonna use a combination of the green one and the ultraviolet one, because obviously those are the colors I have going on, and we all know I like to be matchy-matchy. I don't know if this brush is supposed to be used for this, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, it looks good. That is the look that I was going for. Usually mixing green and purple, like just one on top of the other like this, is not a good idea because it makes like a muddy color. But it looks like it's doing well. And of course for Halloween, I mean this part, right? They're not one on top of the other, and when they do get a little murky, it's okay because it's Halloween. That's the idea. Ironically, the next product I'm going to show you kind of matches my eyeshadow. This is the Pure Eyelash Curler that I got from the Ipsy convention. It is like an oil slick kind of color. I did use this the other day, just not in a video, and I think it did an okay job of curling my lashes. I like my regular eyelash curler better, which is the Sally Hansen one, but it's not bad. So I'll just show you. There's not as much bounce to it, I feel, and it's definitely, or it feels this way anyway, wider and like longer, like bigger in the eyelash catching part, I guess, to make sure you get all the lashes. And what I'm going to use on top of that is a new product, the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. This is the mini one. It's a sample that I got for spending $25+ at Sephora when I bought this for $16, I think, and the Ciate eyeshadow for $24. This I used yesterday as well, and here are my thoughts about it, but I'll let you guys see it, of course. I have to say I'm surprised that it is different from the Better Than Sex mascara. Different enough that I think you need both of them? No, but I do feel like it's different. For one, this I feel like the bristles and the brush are bigger, so for me I have to be more careful with it because yesterday I was getting it all over my lid. Something else about it is I think it's more voluminous than the Better Than Sex mascara is. And third of all, I feel like it does build on itself maybe better and definitely faster than the Better Than Sex mascara does. So when it comes to picking one or the other, I don't know. If you're a fan of the Better Than Sex one and you're happy with it, I don't think you need this. If you want to try something that builds a little faster and that is a little more voluminous, then maybe try this one. The other difference, I mean, you guys know that I'm very picky with my mascaras because I want big lashes, but like I don't want to have any kind of struggle taking off the mascara at the end of the day. This is a little bit harder to take off than the Better Than Sex mascara. I can't even say anything bad because what if my neighbors see this video? This is a little bit harder to take off. If that doesn't bother you, I mean, then go for it. I feel like when I was trying to take it off, my lashes were a little stiffer, thicker. Like, you know when you feel the mascara more on your lashes when you try to take it off? I don't know how else I can explain it. It's not bad. It's just something that I noticed because I'm very picky about that kind of thing. Would it keep me from using it again? For the most part, I would say no. So it's not like a huge deal, as opposed to when I choose Better Than Sex waterproof over Maybelline Lash Sensational waterproof, because I find that one to be way harder to get off, and that makes me unhappy. So if you care a lot about that, then I would say stick with the Better Than Sex. If you don't and you want to try this out, I'd say go for this. Go ahead, try it out. But I also understand that this is the small version. What could they possibly be screaming about? It's worse than having my parents interrupt me. But what I was saying was that I understand this is a small tube, and some people have found a difference between these small tubes of Too Faced mascara and the regular size tubes. I am one of those people. I found that the Better Than Sex and Better Than Sex waterproof small tubes do not work as well as the regular sizes. I found that when you first put those smaller tubes on, they looked okay, but they fall, like your lashes fall immediately. This one, I obviously don't know what the big size does, but all I can say is that I was really pretty happy with what this small size does. So if the bigger size is even better than that, then that's pretty good. Though now that I said all that, I guess it's pretty hard to see the mascara because of my dark, dramatic eyeshadow. But I'm sure I'll use it again another time. Now, nothing new this time. I'm just going to show you what blush, highlighter, and lip product I'm going to use just to create like a full look. Should I check if they're getting like harmed or something? I think they're just partying. Anyway, watch you guys not be able to hear all the screaming that's going on, so it just looks like I'm nuts. But anyway, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Fetish Blush and Highlighter palette. I'm going to use the blush shade in Coven, and that's going to be my blush. A nice purple lilac-y color to, of course, go with the look that I created. I'm not going to use any bronzer because I'm going to let my very pale skin work for me. It's a Halloween look, so I can look as ghostly pale as I want. Some of you may not think I'm that pale. If you know me in real life, you know I am. But I feel like in the camera, I definitely don't look as pale as I really am in real life. But anyway, take a drink for every time I say but anyway in this video. Everything's got to be cohesive and matchy-matchy with me. So that's my blush choice. And you definitely could go with the highlighter choice that goes with it, but I'm not. I'm going to use the same combination that I used for my brow bone highlight. I'm going back into this palette and using the green and ultraviolet one on my Moda contour brush. You probably can't really see it. So really, when I'm filming this, it's dusk. So there is no light coming in this room. For my final step, for the lips, you could use so many different lip products. If you have a green lipstick, you could use that. I'm going to use my Ofra liquid lipstick in Amsterdam. You could also use the Fresh Sugar Tinted Lip Treatment in Fig, which I don't think they make it anymore, which is really sad. Like how this I'm trying to do while talking. Wow, so different than my usual. Another choice is the Jouer liquid lipstick in Snapdragon, which I feel like is kind of like this, but metallic and maybe a little more red purple. Still muted like this is though. Or you could just go with a neutral lip. You could do anything you want. I really like this though. Like I said, different than what I usually do, but I think I definitely captured that Halloween vibe, and I like it. So of course in the description box I will let you know how everything wore, and that is it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!